So what's up? We're live. We're live. Shout out to everybody who's joining in. I'm gonna give you a few seconds to go ahead and join in. Today is a momentous occasion. We are celebrating 25 days straight of 75 Hoy. So I know a lot of people have a lot of success stories to share, a lot of great results, and just testimonials and just good vibes. I want to talk about a whole lot today. All right. So I'm gonna give you all a few, maybe like 30, 40 seconds to hop in. Go ahead and let me know down in the chat where you are joining us from, what part of the world, what city, etc. And we're gonna send some love to you all that direction. All right. So it's been such a beautiful journey. I can't believe that we're this far into the challenge. We just hit a huge milestone in 25 days, and I'm seeing tremendous results already. So I just can't even imagine what it's going to be like when we get to day 75. So hopefully you all having a beautiful Friday. I know we got the weekend coming up. I know Tiffany's happy. She doesn't have to drive the kids to school and all the other stuff tomorrow. So it's kind of get a little bit of a break overnight and stuff like that. So yeah, I just wanted to chat with you all because man, I've been super duper busy just production wise. So I haven't been able to respond to everybody's comments, but I did want to show my face, show some love, show some enthusiasm, show some support so that you all can see me outside of just the crazy workouts that we are doing on a daily basis. So whew, I gotta hit an extra stretch tonight. But yeah, so look, congratulations. We just hit a huge milestone, 25 days into 75 Hoy. Now, typically when you start a long challenge like this is our third long challenge. The first one is Breakthrough 100, which was a 100-day challenge. Breakthrough 200, which was a continuation, very intense 100-day challenge following up for Breakthrough 100. So typically when you start something this long, you think, oh my God, it's going to be 75 days. How can I get through? And the best way to really tackle any of these type of challenges is just to start one day at a time, one rep at a time, one foot in front of the other. All right. And we've been doing that now for 25 days. Now, the beautiful thing about 75 Hoy is it's not just about fitness. We're encompassing so many different aspects. So not only are we seeing great physical results, we're seeing great results in our relationships, within our food, within our family, our goals, just overall, just feeling healthier. And really, really, one thing that I really like about this challenge is it gets rid of a lot of the distractions. All right, so oftentimes, like what I found with this challenge is, you're eating a lot of junk because you get bored and you sit down and eat a lot of junk, or you're not getting as much done in your business because you get a little bit bored and you might scroll on Instagram or whatever have you. Or you might lack in your physical activity because you don't have this much direction. So with this challenge, it takes away a lot of that, what's the word, waste, or how do you put it? Just the procrastination element, all right? So you know what you're gonna do. If you're drinking your water, if you're eating your food, is no room for the junk, all right? Because I'm satiated throughout the day. I'm drinking. I would have to go out of my way to kind of cheat as far as the nutrition goes, as far as the fitness. We're kicking butt every single day and we're staying strong. As far as the relationships, we're calling and we're contacting people, we're being active in our social communities, etc. Right? So it takes out all the other stuff. So one thing that I did find over the past 25 days is I have more time than I thought I had, but it was just those little dopamine kicks you get throughout the day as far as, checking your social media or grabbing a little quick snack, etc. Those are out of the way. All right. So it just really clears and lays things out. But I just want to congratulate you all. I've been reading through some of you all's comments, seeing some of you all's posts. We have gotten stronger, and it just hola, what's going on? What's going on, Lily, as well? But it's just such a great thing to after 25 days just to see where we are. Just thinking, just 25 days ago, we started this challenge, maybe a little uncertain, but now seeing, hey, look, you're now seeing that you're stronger than you were 25 days ago. We just took our second fitness assessment test, and the beautiful thing about the fitness assessment test, I'm going to go over some of my stats, is that we're coming back to the same workout. So that's something new that we're doing as far as seeing our progress throughout this challenge. So day one fitness test is the same workout as day 25, but I'm telling you, after doing day 25, they're completely different workouts, all right? Because we're stronger now, we're able to push ourselves more, and I'm absolutely surprised how much of a difference the last 25 days have made. So if you all have any testimonials or anything that you all have managed to do, go ahead and let me know in the chat right here. What's going on, Cynthia? I see you in the house. What's up, everybody? So yeah, I'll just go over my stats real quick for day 25. Oh, and I'm so much production, I kind of made a fumble. So right now, literally before I started recording this, I'm re-rendering day 25 because I have all of the dumbbell like weights are from day one instead of day 25. So I actually went up in weight, but I used the same tech sheet, so it has the wrong dumbbell count, if that makes any sense. It has the right reps and all that stuff, but say for instance, if I'm using 25 pounds, it'll say 20 pounds. So I'm literally rendering that right now, so that will be fixed by the end of the night. But if you were watching the video and listening to it, you can hear me say what I was grabbing and what I did last time, etc. All right. So one of the really fun things about day 25 is looking at where we were and saying, hey, look, man, that's a little light this time. Let me grab a little bit more. All right. So it's just absolutely amazing. But so far I have my stats and I have Tiffany's stats. Now, I want to brag on my wife. Tiffany has been showing up every day, kicking butt in this challenge. And she's typically 7 o'clock in the morning. She's down here right in this, my home gym or our home gym, kicking butt. All right. So sometimes she'll, fuss at me and say, why did you put this in here? Or, this was too tough or whatever have you. So sometimes I do got to get out of here when she's working out because she will boo me live in person, like some of you all wish you all could do from a distance. But she's been showing up. She's been kicking butt. And, when she came through, she did her day 25. She actually ended up getting an additional 95 more reps than she did on day one. And that's a huge, huge achievement because it shows, if you're just looking at the scale, if you're just looking at, your measurements and stuff like that, which is improving, you may think, hey, look, I'm just putting in this work and it's not really doing a whole lot. But once you're able to look at where you were physically, improving your cardiovascular strength, and improving your hypertrophy, your muscles, and just your mood, and just having that consistency. They say it takes 21 days to form a habit, and we've been going at it now for more than that. So we're locked in, we're ready to go, and this is truly just the beginning. All right, so as far as me, I have a little bit more nuance because I didn't take our stat sheet. This is mine, it's a little messy, but I have day one and day 25 on here, and I'll just give you the synopsis. Day one, I was able to get 468 reps total, which is a lot of reps for 28 exercises, all right? And on day 25, I actually blew that out the water with 577 reps. So I got an additional 109 reps in the same exercise in the same time. And I was able to go up in weights on average, almost 6 pounds more every single per rep. So I try to find a way to calculate that because I just did the total amount of weights used. Like if I use 20, 25, 35, etc. For day one was 595. If I add all those up for day, so 595 versus 760. So the average weight on day one was 21.25 pounds. The average weight on day 25 was 27.14. So that's for all my nerds like myself who likes numbers, who likes to crunch, etc. But more important than that, I'm just feeling absolutely great. I was talking to my son, Millionaire Jr., or Millionaire the second, the other day, and he was just talking about, fitness and, getting old and stuff like that. And he's 15 now, so he's thinking, you get to thinking 30 years old is old and stuff like that. And I'm like, man, I'm nowhere near my physical prime. And I think I actually will hit that in my mid 50s, just at the rate that I'm going is constantly learning things about my own body, improving things, getting stronger. And, just over time, all that compounds to just, improving. All right. So I really like the strategy of making the long way the shortcut, because oftentimes if we're doing these shortcuts, then we just have to start over and it ends up being a lot of wasted time. But just having a a vision of going forward and just doing things, the right way absolutely crushes. And the saying goes, consistency beats intensity. So if you're being consistent and you put in work, you're only going to get stronger, and it's way better than coming in and just spinning your wheels real fast and trying to psych yourself into going extreme or going too hard. So shout out to everybody who's pushing through. For the people who are not on day 25, look, I applaud you as well, because what you're doing is not fighting just to have perfection. There may be some days where like, oh, I got to go back and do the previous date or etc. We're not just, this is your own personal journey, and you're the hero in that journey, right? So if you're not on day 25, you have something to look forward to. I know a lot of people at the beginning of this month started on their day one. All right, so don't worry about catching up. Don't worry about any of that. Just worry about being consistent, showing up, putting in good work. And one thing I'm going to talk about a little bit later is just how to revamp. All right, forget it. We'll talk about it right now, because I will forget, because I do get workout brain, because I do shoot the workout videos before I do these, and so I'm like usually a little bit exhausted. But one cool thing about going into day 25 the same way that we went to day one is you can revamp right here. You can treat this like your new day one. All right. Try to refocus on making sure, you might have, after doing it for a while, you might kind of slack a little bit, say, oh man, I didn't, hit my check marks, or I didn't, take my daily picture, or, you didn't call that family member you were supposed to, or whatever have you. I didn't read my 10 pages, whatever it is, right? And that's perfectly fine. We see where we are. We redid our measurements. We redid, our fitness assessment test. And so just get right back into the mindset of revamping. And this is the way that you don't plateau, because if you just kind of, just spinning the wheels and just, kind of half-assing it, for a better term, then you tend to fall off. And we're looking to get our absolute best when we get to the end of this challenge. And the beautiful thing is being 1/3 all the way through. So I'm going to look at some of you all comments, but this is a great time right now to go ahead and kick some butt, get re-excited, look back at your why, go back through your guidebook, and get refocused as we go into the next parts of this workout. Now, I don't want anybody to have anxiety. We're going to keep the intensity around where it's at. All right, so we're staying at advanced. The way this challenge is going to get more difficult is going to be customized to yourself. So challenging yourself to grab more weights, knowing how to trust yourself, as far as how many reps you can do, and being honest and not ego repping. All right, so a lot of it is you doing your own work and not being passive and just following along. All right, so yeah, just absolute great time to get reinvigorated, get re-excited, and come back in kicking some more butt. So we have here TP. What's up? TP says, I'm seeing such wonderful results after being at a plateau forever. I'm excited to see how much more I will improve on day 50. And so, yeah, that is beautiful as well. So we're looking at not just day 75, but what I'm going to look like at day 30, at day 40, at day 50. And it's not just physical, it's also as far as our health. Like, have you noticed you've had like more energy and you've just been tighter physically, your muscles, everything tighter, without having that junk in your body, right? And that it's really garbage in, garbage out. And that goes more than just the food we're eating, but it's also the type of information we're consuming. For me, it's kind of a fault. I have not been able to be on social media that much. So, I got my sisters, if she's watching this, what's up? Sending me reels and stuff like that. And I haven't been able to get to all those. And so I look at my Instagram and it's just like my messages all say like 4+, which is maxed out. So that's a little intimidating. So I haven't been able to do social media much. But the good part of that is I haven't been scrolling mindlessly. I've been really focused, especially as far as like producing content and making sure I'm putting the music on the videos, and taking special time at the end of the day to, create new ways to keep the exercises fresh and the formats fresh. That way we're not just having another day of workouts, So yeah, I just really had to lock in, and that's something that I knew, and that Tiffany and I had a discussion about when I first started this challenge. Like, hey, look, the next 75 days, this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be dedicating everything I have to making this the best possible challenge, and giving people the best possible solutions they can to achieve their health and their fitness goals at the end of this challenge. So I'm just so glad we're 25 days in, and I know in the blink of an eye we'll be at day 75 because I just blinked and we're already at day 25. So Luli's proud of her progress. I've been seeing her posting a whole lot and supporting everyone. So shout out to her. Um, Lost 3 kilograms and lost a lot of inches. Cynthia broke her plateau. What's going on? Pink Moon Rising. Yeah, so yeah, I love to put the modifications in the workouts. A lot of people know me for more intense style of training where there's hit cardio or plyometrics or power workouts. And I always want to show no matter who you are, no matter where you are, there's a way for you to approach any type of movement. And it's really about progressive overload or progress over time, whether that's with your cardio or with your strength. So yes, it does take more time to do that. And I always tell people, whenever you need to, those modifications are there for you. And so 2 things that are going to be in every single one of my workouts is the modifications and me stressing that, and then also me telling you all to make sure you put mental health over every single thing else, because if your mind goes, your body follows. So with all of the stress and stuff that's going on in the world at any time, making sure that you're always taking care of yourself mentally and doing a wellness check on yourself. And of course, taking care of your body and your health as well, right? So those 2 things are all going to stay in my workout. I've been doing that for eons, right? So I'm learning how to speak Spanish a little bit, to be honest with you. I'm reading so many comments in Spanish that I can almost guess what people are talking about, but I don't exactly know what you're saying right here. Basica, is that an I or L? Yeah. So physically, I feel younger than I did in 20, but my eyesight is not that of a 20-year-old. So I can't see the small text that I'm looking at here on my screen. Um, but yeah, just thinking, with this type of challenge, like I want you all to really just pat yourself on the back and just think when was the last time you were this consistent? And I mean in all aspects of our health, all right? So that's the fitness, that's the family, that's the focus, and that's the food. And just having all those together. I know like the first week, the first 2 weeks, it's like, oh, I'm craving this, I'm craving that. A lot of people had struggled with, pardon me, not drinking alcohol, like, oh, I want to have some wine or this going, or somebody might be having a wedding or celebrating or whatever have you. But, just taking that time, I honestly think that our desire for things shrinks the less we have access to it. And there's so many things that we are actually addicted to that we don't acknowledge. Even if it's just those dopamine hits, like I said, from social media and stuff like that, and just finding different ways to healthier approaches for us to get those same kind of hits. And so instead of kind of getting like cheap thrills, we're getting thrills through accomplishment and saying, oh man, I'm able to do that extra push up. Tiffany, she did 5 standard push-ups in a row the other day. She was struggling to get one at the beginning of this challenge, but we worked from doing all types of different variations, especially at the front beginning, as far as doing the half and half push-ups, the negative push-ups, the modified walking planks. Everyone hates the bear crawls, but look, that's building up your muscles. So it's rhyme and there's reason to all this stuff, and at the end of it, we're all getting better. So that's just one of my favorite things about health and fitness in general. Is it's just a beautiful concept that we all have our bodies, right? And you can actually do something that can enhance and improve your own body. So now when you're operating and you're walking around the world, you're now better equipped and improved, like you're upgrading your body. If you really think about that, that's like a miracle to be able to do something to then make yourself better completely. All right, so thank you so much, Lily, for the support here. I absolutely appreciate it. I'm going to brag on Tiffany a whole lot because she's kind of been the guinea pig for everyone, because I'll record the training, and then I'll look and I'll see her doing the exercises, and I'll say, okay, maybe we can work that way. And then she speaks for the people anyway. She'll be like, I hate bear crawls, right? And then I'll see a comment, people like, I hate bear crawls. I'm like, is she the person? Does she have an old account? And she's typing the same things because everyone's saying the same stuff she says. So she's really been humanizing me from doing the stuff that I usually do. That's really super duper crazy. And so it's been really great just to see someone in person doing the challenge, and then also to interact with you all in the comments, etc. All right. So speaking of support, all right, and thank you so much, Luli, for sending us some support here on YouTube. I'm going to be sending out an email and a like a post on like our socials and stuff like that. I'm going to do some crowdfunding because while I have been kicking butt and putting out all this content, my equipment has been getting its butt kicked. All right, I think I'm calling it the Sweatnical Difficulties crowdfunding, and what I'm going to do is do like probably like halvesies on what I actually need because a lot of stuff have been broken. Like I know a lot of you all know last week my microphone went out. I had to order a whole new microphone, and that just hit me in the head for like $300. And then my monitor went out, which is $1,400. And so I've been like hooking up my camera to my television and like leaning in front of the television and tweaking just to make sure everything's in focus. This is the monitor that I have. I just woke up one morning, small HD 702. This thing was out. So what this does is help me get my color together, help me, zoom in and get everything to where it's a nice, everything's in line and centered, etc. Hard drive space is at a critical low because at the beginning of this challenge, I wasn't going to put music in the videos. But I decided, hey, look, I don't care what it's going to take. We're going to make this the best challenge ever. And so I added music, which is double the amount of rendered files. And then, of course, I have the original files and stuff like that as well. So I've been moving things around to other hard drives, and we're running low on that. So I'm going to need a new hard drive. Heart rate monitor went out. So, I think that, people say I'm a robot. I think the human ability is better than the other ability. So if you all want to support us, as far as reing up on this stuff, there's a link down below in the description to buy us a coffee. If you go there, it will say buy us a fist bump. But I'm going to send like an email and stuff like that. I just haven't had time to type it up because I've been editing. Tomorrow's Saturday. Saturday's a huge day because I usually try to get all my music together, get all the renders together, etc. on Saturday. That way everything's up as early as possible on Sunday so people can plan their week and have the full week available. So tomorrow's going to be a big day, but I'm going to try to get that information out as soon as possible because you all see in this week, I keep just having anxiety about, making sure I'm wiping off my microphone because I don't want this microphone to go out because it is killing my bank account, especially with us about to put our third child into college, etc. All right. So, I figured, hey, look, why be shameful? Let me go ahead and extend it to people who may want to support us in that way and keep the show going and not just, put everything on just kind of ego repping for weights, but ego repping with just pride overall. So there's a link. It's down below in the description. And look, if you all have any questions about how to go forward, about how to stay motivated, about, how any little nuanced questions, how to know if you're still using the right weight, let me know in the comments. I'm going to hang out here for probably another 10 minutes or so, and then I have to get to editing. We have a new format coming next week, and it's a new old format. It's something that you all have been requesting for probably 2 years now that we haven't done. And it's going to be like a 6-hour edit. So I'm going to be editing until I go to sleep tonight. Because it's a new format. Whenever I do new formats, I have to create all the little things that you see on the screen. And then once I have that format, it's kind of easier for me to just plug and play the video and follow that along. So for your curiosity, we're going to do another sticky strength workout. So if you all haven't done our sticky strength workouts before, what it is we take one exercise for 30 seconds. So let's say, for instance, I'm not going to make up. Let's say it's dumbbell curls, right? So we do dumbbell curls for 30 seconds, and then we have a 30-second rest. And then we come back, and we're going to do 2 exercises, stacking another exercise on top of that. So we'll do dumbbell curls again, and then immediately go into 30 seconds of the second exercise, and then a 30-second rest. And then we come back, and then we do those 2 exercises and add a third. So it's going to be A, then A plus B, then A plus B plus C, and then we're going to go into some new exercises. It's going to be completely dumbbells. I'm only going to be using 20 pounds for this workout, and it is a scorcher. The entire body gets worked. It is a fat burner. It is a muscle builder, and it's going to kick my butt in editing tonight. So let me know the comments down below, and then I'm going to try to stand as much as possible because I can't be sitting down too much because it's killing my lower back gains and my glutes to do that. So yeah, this is intense, but hey, look, like we can get more intense. Like if you want to see how intense we get, just follow the 500 burpee workouts or the 60-minute EMOM workouts or the hardest workout ever that's here on YouTube as well. And there's levels. There's absolutely levels. But yeah, this is intense. We're sweating, we're kicking butt. I don't want to downplay 75 Hoy at all because it is getting us in great tip-top shape, but it's not extreme, it's advanced, right? And there's a level after extreme, which is ultra, which is 6.0, but we're at a 4.0 with this. So I'm an ego rapper. Yeah, thanks so much. I appreciate it. Let me see if there's anything I didn't go over. I think I kind of went over everything, but I just want to show face, see you all, hang out. I'm going to try, all right? I'm going to try my best to, participate more on social media and stuff like that. I kind of feel like I'm in like creator debt, because like last week and the week before that was so many family events, like my mother's birthday and, proms and, we had like a family emergency health-wise and all types of other stuff going on. So I had to make sure I was there for those things and then get up. I've been shooting double days sometimes and catching up and then editing and just run all around. And then, when a microphone broke, I had to order a new one. So I lost some days on that. Then I had to double up and then equipment. So it's just been a whole lot of stuff. So I haven't been able to be as active as I would like to be, but I'm not trying to make any excuses. So I'm just going to try to do better with that and see if there's any way for me to be more efficient. So let's see. Any ideas in the future on doing like a 30-day intermediate program again? All right. So absolutely. I do want to have more options for like intermediate. There were some decisions that I made with 75 Hoy that I kind of dialed back on. Like I was going to make it even more intense, but just like reading through you all's comments and like watching Tiffany participate and just like getting all the information. And that's part of the reason why, people ask me in the beginning, like, will you make like a calendar of like all 75 days? And I want it to be like a kind of call and response. Like I create the program, I have the idea program, but then I'm also getting the feedback, reading you all's comments, seeing how everybody's interacting, and then shape everything around that, as opposed to just doing it all on paper and then executing. So one of the things that I changed is, if you notice in the what do you call this? The fitness assessment, the last move, it says internal hop and burpees. There will not be any burpees in this challenge. So I was going to work on building up to burpees and stuff like that. Also, I did a lot of the workouts are low impact. Now, yes, we do, hop around a little bit, but there are a lot of different low impact options in this challenge that are still effective, that still, engage you aerobically. You're still going to get your heart rate up. You're going to think that you ran a mile, but you're going to say, wait, we didn't jump at all. So yeah, I'm looking forward to having more solutions for people, regardless of what their fitness level is. I just did an additional workout on top of the 75 Hoy that I put here on YouTube and on HoyPRO, which is our 5,000 step challenge. So absolutely looking to have more options for everybody. So thank you so much. Thank you. So that's Tiffany here. Usually Tiffany's in the chat, but she had to pick up our daughter. Let's say Gray Eyes and Tyler. I like your events too, but sometimes I like intermediate programs for a slight break. LOL. My favorite workouts are hybrid and one dumbbell. Yeah, so a lot of people are loving the one dumbbells and the hybrids, and people really like that Tabata lightweight or just lightweight stuff as well. I actually got some very light weights here. I want to do a lightweight stepping workout in the near future, kind of as a side quest in addition to 75 Hoy. So I had to order some 3-pound weights. I have 5 pounds, but like I want to go a little bit lighter for some of the movements I want to do. So I've just been practicing exercises and stuff like that. So the great thing about having options like this is what I found in the past. Life has ups and downs and plateaus, and life happens. And so with a lot of my workouts in the past being super intense, there are people who work out with me and they love doing those workouts, but if they ever have like a hiatus, it's kind of hard to get back into that. So having these workouts is a great bridge to get into, the best bodies and the Pro 500s, etc. So thank you so much. How do you say your name? Is it Lelaine or Yaya? I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I see you in the comments every single day on all the videos. And I really appreciate your support, especially typing out English here because I think you speak Spanish, right? So you probably don't know what I'm talking about, but I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you. All right. So I'm going to get out of here. I got to do some edits. Hey, Tiffany's here as soon as I'm leaving out. So I have to edit. So I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna send you all the email for the fundraiser, and you can check the link down below to support me breaking up all my equipment, even though I'm not trying to. And thank you all so much for making it through this huge milestone of 25 days. And like I said, we're going to be on day 75 soon, and we're going to be sad because we're going to be so used to crushing it. So enjoy the process along the way. Even on those tough days, you're showing up, and this is a part of your hero story and your hero's journey. All right. So embrace even those tough days that you have, and just know that those tough days are actually the days that you're gonna learn the most about yourself. You're gonna have the most real conversations, and it's gonna really make you proud of having accomplished this all together. All right. With that being said, I'm out of here. Y'all pray for me on these edits, and I'll see you a lot later. Peace out.